there, welcome to Modern Homemakers. Today I'm going to show you how I took this ugly 1990s linoleum kitchen floor and voila! We turned it into this beauty and oh my goodness, I love it. It can handle all of life's spills and attacks with children. Anyway, stay tuned to see how I did it. So I am replacing this linoleum, and because it's already glued down and I'm putting in peel and stick tile, I just get to go right over the top of it. But first I am removing the cord around, and I just thought I was genius. I labeled the wall and I'm labeling the back of each board so I know where to put them back. This is what I'm doing. I'm sure there are a gazillion ways to do this, but I have this old flat screwdriver, I have box cutter, I have hammer and crowbar, and of course my Sharpie that I'm labeling everything with. But I am just scoring where the cord around, and I've done some ugly ones I'm gonna have to patch, but I'm just scoring approximately where the cord around is, and then I just continue to try to work down with my screwdriver into everything, and then I slide in the crowbar. Oh, I broke my second one. No! Oh, that's not terrible. Maybe I can still salvage that one with some putty. Anyway, that's the process. I don't feel as smart anymore because when I felt smart to write on the walls, I'm like all the way around. Literally only have one wall left, so like a little bit before that, and I realized I could have been labeling in the space where the cord around came out of. So I have mopped once already. Boy, was that fun, but not as fun as what I'm doing right now. I am on the ground, and I have just a rough sponge, and if it comes up with that, great. But I also have it's a really heavy-duty putty knife. But it's kind of like my 5-in-1 tool. Scrape paint. There it is. So it's got the name on there. Anyway, I have this from when we scraped our exterior windows in our 1940s house. Anyway, so not everything is going to come up, but anything that can come up, all these little particles, all these little bumps, will keep my floor from sticking. So I'm literally crawling around on the floor doing this on every inch of it. While I continued to prep linoleum floor for peel and stick tile, it was my boys that were actually having all the fun. Nice. So I want to do a diagonal pattern, so I am starting over here on a nice cornered wall, as cornered as any old house wall is. And this is actually behind my fridge, so I thought, what a great place to start in case I mess it up, because I've never done a diagonal. So anyway, so I'm taking one of my tiles and I'm pushing it up to the corner, and then from this point on, I'm going to be doing a checkerboard pattern, but I'm always going to make sure my arrows are going to the right, because that's the right way. That's what I'm going to tell myself. So I'm just butting that up as far in the corner as I can. And I am actually gonna do, just so I feel cool, the entire row here first before I have to go in and make any cuts. So, people have different ways of doing angled cuts, and a lot of them involve math or $40 tools that help you do the angles or whatever. I'm using the paper on the back of the tile because it's not an exact square, but if I match up where I'm going in, at least one side, and I pretend that that's the perfect corner. You see how it comes over more? So you can't just pretend that this is the tile, but you can pretend that it's a corner. corner of the tile if you take a somewhat straight cut. And then you can see I've already folded this one. You work it into whatever shape that you have to do, and then you crease it. And at this point, that's a template if you start in this corner. So I'm gonna cut a piece of black. So if you wanna shift that way, sweetie. We're huddled on the ground over here by the dishwasher because that's where I'm at this point. So, oh, and the blacks were different. They didn't have the arrows, but it says item number on the back, and so I've kept that on the top for everyone with that right orient that I've done. So that would be here, and if this would be here, this is this right corner. So I set that down, and it's kind of like a sewing pattern at that point. And then I can trace my line. Far from perfectly, but there's a pencil line going all the way across there. And then mark, and it's the same thing. Pan over here. I've had some truly awful cuts where it's, you know, like this one right here was awful. So I had to go down and then across. So you just keep messing with the paper and it's still something to lay on top. This is my fancy meal pad. I had a rug on the other side and I have this over here. Okay. Start to get off. The satisfying part. My helper is sleeping, but I have trained my daughter to bend it and score the back. So that's been fun for both of us. She wants to learn. And it's fun because I'm basically learning as I'm going, but I'm teaching her at the same time. And then I set it in there and I go, oh, I have a little too much on that because it's not quite fitting in. So I'm gonna trim that off before I try to go any further here. Because once you take off that backing, good luck, you're pretty much cutting a new one. But anyway, and I don't think it was anything to do with my pencil line, I realized, because I can still see my pencil line, so that was all me. Nope. Now that pencil line's gone. That's tight. It's really hard to break it off when it's so narrow. Now, I pinched a little bit of the edge of the tile, but there's quarter round going on that. Nope, see, it perfectly fits that shape, and it didn't cost any money because every single tile, so you have to lay a few normal ones in order to get your template. But yeah, that's our progress so far. So you can see all that's done, yay! And I went just under the threshold strip over here. I thought I'd show one more. This is one of those fun, air quote, fun cuts like I was talking about. So here's my template that I had, and it actually turns a corner. So I did the straight fold, and then I drew a line so I could cut and then unfold it, and then I was able to trace that onto my tile and cut from there, and then voila. That's how that works. So basically, it can go around any terrible, terrible shape that you need. Smile. Winnie has been a wonderful helper, and I said she could actually stick down 2 tiles because they're behind the stove. So I think that's a great way to learn. But she's been helping me score the backs. all the walking back and forth that I can avoid. Yep, so make sure the white touches the black without a gap. Don't care what it looks like under the wall. I know it's hard when it's in the corner like that. Oh my goodness, she's a natural. Okay, do the other one. She even helped make a pattern yesterday. It was late in the night when she was encouraging me to keep working. Okay, and then stand on it. What? Right there. I am gonna have you stand on it, and then we'll probably push it with the back of a screwdriver. We're not gonna pass it. Yeah, the linoleum around where the stove had been, I had to cut away some of the old stuff because there was just yuckiness. So step on both tiles. We did not buy the expensive roller. We are just walking across intentionally, putting weight on stuff. So you just use, like, this is stronger than a putty knife, but this is how you lift up, and you can just scoot tile right up. I'm almost to the halfway point. That's good for myself. We are exploring our new kitchen. We won't get to be in this room much, so right now it's still safe. Do you love the kitchen? Whoop. Go back. This room's not safe. It's just this room. Yay!